Okay, hello. Today I want to talk to you about my analysis through the work that we had today, which with the main purpose of this chapter was talking about substance use in media, its implications, and a little bit about my own experiences with it. The main purpose of this chapter was kind of like how alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana are often glamorized in TV shows, video games, music, movies. One proper example of is in rap videos or adult animated adult shows like Mad Men, Game of Game of Thrones for alcohol and everything, and shows like Suits and Burn Notice. Like we think of those things where heavy drinking, smoking is normalized, and just and a lot of use of marijuana and alcohol is used a lot. A lot of these kind of does affect young people, especially the adolescents who might see these shows that shouldn't have. They're very much impressionable, and a lot of them adopt behaviors that they think is okay. In my own life, my community is predominantly the black community, and in my family, drinking and smoking, not really much marijuana, but more smoking and drinking is heavily used. So much so that my grandmother is currently dealing with the ramifications of decades of smoking and drinking coming back to haunt her now. When the fact that she's now going through cancer and chemotherapy and all of that. This does kind of align with the materials that was shown with us, because especially for her during the 50s and 60s, drinking and smoking was heavily promoted. You could go to a diner and smoke indoors. It wasn't until the late 70s or 80s when smoking indoors was kind of just demoralized. And I think there's a lot of people don't understand that, how much that had over people, especially in our media. I think one thing I want to say, I think a lot of my classmates might actually say, would be that media has a powerful role over the youth. It was created predominantly to keep your kids entertained, but we also keep entertain them, but also raise them. And how much that does affect us to this day. A lot of campaigns were made with us in mind, be future customers. If you think about it, you also have the fact that things like candy cigarettes was a long time issue for a lot of parent groups, because it just emphasized smoking is a good thing, which it wasn't. That wasn't until the late 2000s when they finally got rid of candy cigarettes. I think a lot of problems with a lot of media kind of just show the fun side of substance abuse without showing the bad. I think a lot of the creators need to show that it's fine to smoke or drink, but show that it's not always good to be heavily intoxicated or drunk or heavily inebriated, and the problems that it has. Think about it. A lot of young adults I know kind of did start drinking, especially on Alabama State. There's a lot of parties, a lot of things that go on that I don't really go to because I don't have no point to drink or smoke as much, or even at all. If someone's 27 now, I can drink and smoke as much as I want, but I don't, because I just feel like it gets boring and it doesn't help you. It makes everything worse. But in conclusion, substance use in media itself and how it's portrayed, it kind of helps you understand how ways you can prevent it from affecting you, how it can make you more responsible when you realize how bad it is. And I think a lot of people need to understand that, to branch out more health information and show a balanced lifestyle instead of the heavy drinking that we see in a lot of adult media particularly.